Patty Simpson with Simpson Math. In this video, we're going to look at some statistical vocabulary. So one word we need to know when we're talking about different studies in statistics is the word variable. A variable is just a value or a characteristic that changes among members of the population. So if you think about in a statistical study where we are collecting information from people or things, it's just what is that information? What is it that varies from each member of the population? So for instance, if I want to find out about pecan trees and I want to see how many pecans fall off a tree, the thing that varies from tree to tree is the number of pecans that fall from the tree. Or maybe I want to find out about the people in my class and I want to find out how many hours a week are they working. Well, the thing that would vary from student to student would be the number of hours they work per week. Or maybe I'm interested in the type of car that you drive. So I ask each of my students, what type of car do you drive? Well, the thing that varies from student to student then is the type of car. Those things that change from member to member of the population, that thing that changes is called my variable. So the variable is the thing that I'm collecting data on. So data is just a count. Maybe I'm counting the number of pecans on the ground. A measurement, maybe I'm measuring how tall something is. Or an observation, like the type of car you drive, gathered about a specific variable. So that's all data is a count, a measurement, or an observation. And then if I'm able to collect information from my entire population, remember from a previous video that the population is my entire group of interest? If I'm able to collect data from that entire population, we call that a census. Think about the fact that the United States attempts every 10 years to collect a census. What they're doing is they're trying to collect information from their entire population. So this year is 2020. We are doing a census this year. We're collecting data from the entire population, or at least we're trying to. So a census is when you collect data from the entire population, which data is obtained from every member of the population. Now, most of the time that can't happen. Even with the census in the United States, we're not actually going to get information from every member of the population. So instead, we end up collecting a sample. Remember from that previous video? We saw that a sample is just part of a population. So 3 important words there: variable, data, and then census. Let's look at this scenario and see if we can determine the variable that we are collecting data on here. Southwest Elementary wants to know the average number of homework assignments completed by the students in their school. 700 students are enrolled in the school. 5 students from each grade level, pre-K through 5th, are selected. The 35 students are asked to record the number of homework assignments completed. So in this case, the variable of interest is the thing that we're collecting data on. The variable of interest is, well, what are we collecting data on? Well, the students are asked to record, so they're collecting data, they're writing down their data on the number of homework assignments completed. So that thing that we're collecting data on, that is the thing that varies from student to student. It's the number of homework assignments completed. Now, there are other variables in the question, but those aren't variables of interest. So in this case, my thing that varies from member to member that I'm collecting data on is the number of homework assignments. There are other variables here. For instance, if I asked every student to write down what grade they were in, then my variable of interest would be the grade. But that's not my variable of interest here. My variable of interest is the thing I'm collecting data on, which is the number of homework assignments completed. Math Made Simple at Simpson Math. Thanks for watching.